Hey everyone, welcome to Upper Body Mobility. Go ahead and tap those fingers on those shoulders. We're gonna make big circles all the way out and around with the elbows. We're gonna do this about 8 times, and then we're gonna switch directions. Make sure your chest is open, your shoulder blades are back and down, and you are breathing through every single movement. Go ahead and reverse. It's going to start to feel like some work, so go ahead and shake those shoulders out whenever you need. And we're going to do this movement once again, but we're going to make it a little bit more bigger. So really take your time, open up your chest, bring the elbows all the way out and around before we reverse and do it the opposite direction. So go ahead and bring them in, out, and around. Keep breathing, open chest, open mind, nice and smooth with our movements. Get out. This is one of my faves. We're going to bring those elbows together, tap them at the center, open up those arms nice and wide, squeezing the shoulder blades together, pulling back and down. You're going to feel a really big stretch in between the middle of your shoulders as your elbows come together and tap. You could alternate between elbows being on the top and being on the bottom. Keep your core tight, pelvis tucked in like you're sucking your belly button in. I'll show you guys some different angles, but really focus on opening the back and squeezing those elbows together. Next up, hands come behind your ears. You're gonna tap the elbows together in the center. Open up that chest nice and big, nice and wide. Inhale, exhale, focus on your breath as you do this movement. You're always gonna tuck and open. Yes, nice job team, shake it out. Up next, we got some around the world. Good for shoulder openers, working on that rotation, range of motion. Windmills, both sides here. We're gonna do a couple for each side, and then when you're good and ready, we're gonna reverse that motion and bring it back around. So go ahead and reverse. Each side here, focus on keeping your hips still and forward, just moving those arms, working on that range of motion. Yes, team, good job, awesome. Now, we're gonna do it again. As you can tell by my motion in the video, go ahead and start with those shoulder and elbow circles. Bring it a little bit wider out and around this time before we reverse and bring it in, out, and around. Go ahead and reverse. Now you probably notice we're moving a little bit quicker through these movements. Go ahead and set up for number 2 here with the elbow tap, and we pull the shoulder blades in almost like we're squeezing a pencil in between the shoulder blades, keeping it tight together in the back. Go ahead and feel free to move at your own pace, going slower, going faster, whichever you prefer. The great thing about mobility is once you do it once, your body's already working up to it and being more familiar with the movements that you're giving it, so you can move a little bit quicker through these routines. The next one is the elbow tap from the center in the shoulder squeezer. Go ahead and open, almost like a tuck. Tuck and open. That core nice and tight. Don't forget to breathe. As we move, sometimes we forget to breathe. Go ahead and switch into the last exercise here. We're going to do a round the world, working on that range of motion. If you have any shoulder difficulties or pain in this area, feel free to go back to the elbow circles. You don't need to do this full range of motion with your arms if it at all hurts. We don't ever want to move into pain. Go ahead and do frontwards and backwards. We're going to work all the angles and work all directions as we move through this mobility program together. So shake it out. Awesome job. Up next, we have our up and overs. You're going to keep those hips forward and just simply reach up and over from side to side. Squeeze and engage the core. Focus on your breathing. Keep your chest open, nice and wide. And then you're going to bring the hands to the center and rotate just around as far as you can, as far as you comfortably can. This will increase as we practice. Let's go ahead for the other side. We're going to keep doing this a few times through, working on our range of motion and our rotation in the core area and in the ribs. I do this every single day, and I can't tell you how much it helps me when it comes to sitting and working on the computer for long hours. We got to get some range of motion in our torso area, and this stretch always does it for me. Awesome job, team. Focusing on keeping those hips forward and only moving the torso. Go ahead and rotate open from side to side here. See if you can get a little bit further around than you did when we first began. Go ahead and bring those arms overhead. We're going to grab one wrist and pull through, getting a really awesome side body stretch. When you're ready, grab the opposite wrist, pull straight through on the opposite side body stretch. Good. Let's repeat here. Pull that wrist. Keep breathing as you do this movement, of course. Switching to the other side here, grab hold of that wrist. Awesome. Back to center here. Inhale. We're going to progress the movement here, so grab that wrist. Side you're leaning towards, that back foot's going to come behind as you pull through side body stretch. Come back up to the center, switch wrists, back foot goes behind, full side body stretch here. It's just going to really elongate the torso, and you're going to feel an awesome stretch. Go ahead and bring it down, stretch out that back, get a couple good inhales, exhales. This is a really great back opener. Just be careful if you have any tension. This has been an upper body mobility move with intention class with Lacey. See you guys soon.